Did you hear about the man who killed all those innocent lizards? He was a cold-blooded killer. What's going on, YouTube? Do not worry, there's only going to be one lizard race here to start the video here for us, because we need to talk about the ESO Guild Celebration event, the Guild Summit. We have all sorts of additional information, and I knew that Middle was going to cook this time. And as always, feel free to come down here for our free little gambling area. You can bet on lizard racing right here inside of Reaper's March, but we have tons of information to go through, so let's talk about the entirely, kind of all the things going on regarding the ESO Guild Celebration. And so here we go. From now until March 21st, the ESO Guild Celebration will make it easier than ever to foster those connections, see what's going on, and learn how to participate. The very first thing is going to be the Guild Summit. I made 2 dedicated videos on this where I broke down the Guild Summit, why I thought it was a great idea, how there's different plans to kind of rejuvenate the guild system, how I'm really glad that they're rejuvenating the guild system, because to me, the success or failure of a game is due to the guilds, the in-game community, and I think fostering the in-game community as much as possible is always great. I know that they had expanded the creator program, and I was obviously really, happy to get inside of that, but the emphasis should be, and on an ongoing basis as well, guild leaders, because they're the people who run and encourage and incentivize, hundreds of people to get on, to do different types of content, whether that's PvP, trials, dungeons, exotic roleplay, and Riften. There's tons of different things that they can do to help players, so I'm very excited to see that that's the emphasis. I'm very excited for people to partake in the summit tomorrow. Also, mark your calendars. There's going to be a guild celebration in the game. We're going to have some weekly specific endeavors as well as some daily endeavors that you can do. And what's nice about this is it's not super incentivized to the fact where there's a lot of solo players who are watching this channel right now who, if they offered too much, would be like, Jake, I don't care if they offered me 1,000,000 gold. I will not do 3 trials with the guildmate. And then there's another group of people who are like, Jake, I wish there was more rewards for doing stuff with guildmates. So hopefully this kind of makes both sides happy, to where it's not, it's not something you have to do to get like a leg up on everybody else. But there's also stuff that actually incentivizes you to cooperate with other real living players. Hopefully you're not playing with ChatGPT, although sometimes I wonder if my teammates have thumbs depending on the content that I'm doing. So stay tuned for these. Some of these are already out. And if you were worried, there's alternatives. You can defeat 300 enemies or pickpocket 100 items and still get the same rewards. So don't panic. Don't flood my comments. Now we have one of the more unique things coming to ESO, and that is a recruitment fair. So, want to connect to the ESO community that share that same passion and interest? You're in luck. The Guild Recruitment Fair is just around the corner, and will be the perfect opportunity to meet groups of like-minded players who are on the lookout for new members. Starting March 18th and running until March 21st, we'll be hosting this virtual recruitment fair on Discord. You can click that link. It'll take you to the Discord, where players can learn about various in-game guilds. The recruitment channels will be open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, Wednesday of the 18th, 19th, and then 2 to 6 p.m. on Thursday the 20th, as well as Friday the 21st. If you're unable to attend either of these, don't fret. There will be plenty of guilds on the lookout for new members on the ESO forums. And if anybody is in any of the ESO Facebook groups, you know that there's always people recruiting and going on there. But hopefully this puts more of an emphasis on new players who are kind of solo, who are like, Jake, why do I want to join a guild? We'll talk about that in a little bit here, but that's a big question that people need to answer. They also made this guild profile form. I imagine this is probably what they're going to be using in their kind of recruitment fair. So you can see guild name, server platform, language, guild activities, primary points of contact, and all the other little pieces that you can figure out. And then they say, wrap up with the guild celebration is a great chance to forge new relationships with other like-minded ESO players. You can be an active member in up to 5 guilds at once, so don't miss your chance to find a community from now until March 21st. What sort of guild are you hoping to discover? And they say, let us know. And so these are all the different types of guilds that you can find in ESO: trading, group PvE, roleplay, social, PvP questing, and crafting. Now, some of these have a bit more importance to the kind of ecosystem of ESO. The number one is the trading ones. ESO has a decentralized kind of auction house style economy where actual guilds are responsible for bidding on those little auction houses, or what's called the guild traders. They maintain those guild traders. They pay a weekly fee for those guild traders through a blind bid. That bid serves to remove inflation from the economy, which helps keep the ESO economy from becoming inflated like the RuneScape or World of Warcraft economy. So trading guilds is the #1 way for you to sell and buy items. So whether or not you're actually in a trading guild just determines, whether or not you want to go kind of full force in selling items. But there's also quite a few trading guilds that are free. So there's definitely a lot of great options for you there. Group PvE is great if you're looking for trial groups, dungeon groups, Infinite Archive run groups, help with sets, parsing, builds. That's a great kind of resource to go if you're interested in any of those things. Roleplay, this is a huge category. These are your Riften no-gooders. These are the people who spend all day in places like Arderon. You have exotic roleplay. You have reading books like The Lusty Argonian Maid to other like-minded individuals. A lot of opportunity in these places to make tons of friends that share similar interests to you and may have some similar ideals, to you as well. So this could be a good option for you. Next up is social. Now, the nice thing about social guilds, they kind of do everything. Most social guilds that are big have a guild trader that's like a free one. They do trials, they do group events, they do social events, like little different, games. Like I've seen people play games like hide and seek. I've seen people do games like pop quizzes and stuff. So a lot of opportunity in a social guild, usually very active to answer any questions you may have. PvP, these are the guilds that'll teach you how to use your thumbs. Both thumbs. I realize that they're off screen here. Now, the nice thing about this is if you're looking for builds, they can usually teach you about builds. Unfortunately, a lot of internet guides are going to take you to builds that were relevant 3-4 years ago because Google is not optimized at finding PvP guilds or builds or anything PvP related. So they'll teach you how to get a good setup, how to use those thumbs. They'll tell you which classes are good, which setups are good. You can find groups to run different content with, BGs, battlegrounds, dueling contests, and the works. Questing is just kind of like an offshoot of a social guild, kind of more solo-oriented. So these guild, titles are not nearly as popular as some of the other ones. And finally, you've got crafting guilds. So people who are focused on making set items, people who are teaching each other people traits and things as well. Now, obviously, a good social guild will also have quite a few crafters inside of it as well. So usually, if you're looking more towards the questing or the crafting area, I would say just go all out and go all the way through to a social guild. Usually there's more of a requirement to be active in a social guild, but you don't have to play every single day. And if you're curious how I got to that window, I went down to social, just below the journal, just above the activity finder. Went to guilds and then went down to the guild finder. Now, any guild that you're currently in is going to be listed here already. So head to the guild finder, and then you can go browse different ones. And the nice thing is it'll show you, hey, here's this one. And, this is all the things about it. How many active members they have, what's going on inside of them. There's tons of great information in here that I think a lot of people will benefit from. Here's one that talks about the AD PvP. There's so many nice opportunities for people to find groups of like-minded players through the ESO guild system. I don't think I would be even a successful content creator if I wasn't in ESO guilds, because the ESO guilds have helped me even boost my channel by sharing around my videos and things. So ESO guilds are a major part of the community, and I know a lot of you guys are solo players and you like to do things individualistically, and I love that for you, and I think it's great to be very resourceful, but there's also a great community that you can head out there and join as well. But everyone, thank you guys so much again for watching. As always, we're doing our 3 giveaway drawings. All you need to do to enter is leave a comments below / leave a like on a couple videos. Comments and likes will help enter you that. Second thing is just make sure you're subscribed. We're 24 subscribers away from our next subscriber goal. And the third thing is look for a hidden word be flashed upon the screen. If you're the first person to find and comment that word, you will win. Let's hope for the right lizard here to end up on the video. And we got totally cooked. Unfortunately, these videos are not scripted, so that's unfortunately how it ends. Just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. We end on a high note. The right lizard has won. Let's go collect our prize money. We keep things optimistic around here. Boom! Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jakeclips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.